Welcome back to Friday Night Franchise Frights. Now, tonight I even have a weirder franchise for you guys. And this one is something that I recorded almost 2 years ago. It was for Horror Month, believe it or not. I know, it's crazy. And this is a franchise that I love, and everybody else seems to hate on it, but I love the franchise. The Purge. I love the Purge films. I loved almost all the Purge films. The first one here is called The First Purge. Now, when I was making this for Horror Month, I actually recorded it when I saw the movie, and then I wasn't going to post it until October. I think the movie came out in July or something, and then I recorded it for the channel. Then I wasn't going to post it, like I said, until October. And then when I recorded it, I was saying the same thing like I'm saying now. Well, you know, I did this a long time ago. But now, it's been 2 years since I recorded that. And it's weird. The whole thing is weird. And they've been sitting on my computer. All the purges have been on my computer. And I never edited them together. And it was one of those things I ran out of time. And I was going to do it. And I never did it. But here it is. Here is my franchise Friday Frights for the Purge films. One of the ones I've been wanting to do for a long time is The Purge, because I've loved the Purge movies. I've always loved them. And with the series that was on last month, I was like, okay, now we have to do the Purge films. Get through all of them, even the one that just came out way back in July, which I did go see. I'm going to review all the Purge films. And I guess I will do them in order, so the new one, which is the fourth one in the series, I'm going to do first because it comes first before the other three, if that's not confusing enough for you. Alright, so this was called The First Purge. And the weird thing about going to see this movie, it started at like 10:20. And as anyone knows, you go to a movie theater and they have literally 45 minutes worth of commercials. Probably got in there about, I don't know, it was like 10:25 or whatever. And then I went into the theater and it was already on. The movie was already playing. And I'm like, what? What's going on here? And I've never gone to a movie late before. I mean, it was literally like 10:25, 10:27 when I walked in there, and it started at 10:20. It was already showing, and I checked my ticket when I left, came out, and yeah, it was the right time and everything. I don't know, I have no idea, but I missed like the first 7 minutes of this movie. So I sat down, and if you don't know, haven't been in a movie for a while, everybody has reserved seatings for the film. So I was way up. With the Purge film, I decided, well, I'm going to sit up there against the back wall. Very rarely ever do. I always sit down front. But I go up there and sit up against the back wall, and the whole place is pretty much sold out. And in the middle of, all the lights are off. You can't see what number your seat is. And there was like 3 open seats, so I just sat in one. About 35-40 minutes after I sat down and was watching the film, the woman next to me got up and left. And I was like, okay, maybe she didn't like the movie. But then she comes back in with somebody else, and then they sit right next to me. So not only did I miss like 7 minutes of the movie, this woman that came in like 45 minutes after the movie started, and I wasn't exactly lost at what was going on. I still want to see how it starts. Basically, what the first Purge is what it sounds like. It's the first Purge. Now, I always love the concept of the Purge films. I think they're pretty cool, even though it's outrageous and, would it ever happen? If you asked me 10 years ago, I'd be like, no, absolutely, there's no way that this would ever happen. But in the world we live in now, I'm not so sure anymore. I don't know. I don't know if that would actually happen. And it's a scary thought, to tell you the truth. And that's why I like these movies. They are definitely horror movies, but at the same time, they are great action adventure movies. And that's what this one was. This was a great action movie. And that's why I love them so much. You get a mixture of horror and action. And that's why these films, for me, are so great. And people are like, oh, well, why do they go back and do the first Purge? That don't make any sense. Why would I want to go see that? I mean, I personally wanted to see how the first Purge started. I wanted to see how it began. They didn't disappoint at all. It was really great. And again, if this was real, and if they did do this, I can totally see how they would do it like they did in this movie. Now, without giving away too many plot points, if you haven't seen it yet, basically, what they did in here was they went to Staten Island, and this is in the future, and they had all these poor people living on Staten Island, and they offered them money to take place into the Purge. They're like, okay, well, if you stay home, I'm going to give you $5,000. If you decide to go out and purge, you're going to get double that. And they give everybody these contact lenses so their eyes glow in the dark, so they all look cool, walking around at night. And they're like, so they can watch people when they're purging, and then they can put it on television and show, oh, look, this purge is working. And does it get political? I don't really care about that crap in the movie. Yeah, it's sort of a political type of, if you want to go there. I watch it for the entertainment and for the fun. But there's a group in the movie called it NNRA or NRRRA or something like that. And that's who started it. Again, I missed the first, 7-8 minutes of the movie. But they are the ones who started this. They wanted to show that, yes, people are violent, and yes, people would do this if given the opportunity. And that's what the whole film was about. And these people that were given the opportunity desperately needed money, and that's why they participated in this. And again, it's a really good story. Now, there's a guy in this named, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I think his name is Wylan Noel, something like that. And he was great in this film. I think he's the next up-and-coming action star. Now, he sort of plays the gangster in this film. The guy, is going around selling all the drugs to people in town and everything. And he becomes part of the main story. And he's great. He's a really good actor, great action star, and his character in the movie was fantastic, too. And that's one thing that I've always liked about the Purge films, is the acting in most of them, or all of them, are really good, really solid, and they have really good, interesting characters. So you care about these characters in the film, you care about what happens to these characters, and along with that, again, it's a great, like I said, action film. Everybody's trying to kill each other, other people's trying to get away, and it never gets old once the Purge starts in the film. And that's what I love about the film, is they come on with that noise, and then you're just watching that, and you're like, okay, here it comes. And you feel the anticipation. And every film does that, because it's really great the way they do that. So the people in the movie are watching that, and you yourself are watching that, and you get that excitement, like, all right, here it's starting, here we go, And this is no exception. I think this is one of the better Purge films, to tell you the truth. Out of the three, this was one of my favorite out of the three. I was never bored by this film. I was invested with the story, invested with the characters, and it does get bloody, but it's not like ridiculously bloody. I mean, there are kills here and there, obviously, but it doesn't get like over the top, ridiculously extreme blood in this film. But if you are a Purge fan, definitely check out the first Purge, because it's good. It's really good. And I am giving the first Purge a 5 out of 5. Yep, that's how much I enjoyed this film. Loved it from beginning to end, even though I didn't see the beginning. I loved it regardless. And I can't wait to see what else they're going to do with The Purge. If they're going to continue more of the TV series, and they're not going to do any more of the movies, or are they going to bring back the films or something, or are they going to continue from the first Purge and continue there? I don't know, but whatever, I'll be there. I was there day one for this, and I'll be there day one for the next one, because I really enjoy these films a lot. So up next, of course, is the first Purge. And it's not the first Purge, but it's the first Purge and first Purge movie. It's your American right to go purge. Actually, no, don't do that. That's still illegal right now. But give it a month or so.